Jets prospect Will McDonald is breaking out onto the scene for the New York Jets, and we're going to be seeing a lot more of him after the Jermaine Johnson injury, and Matt and I are going to break it all down. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Jets Digest. It's Chris and Matt here. And make sure real quick before we start to subscribe to this channel, because if you don't, it's going to ruin Matt's life. We were at a bar on Saturday night, and he actually just stood in the bathroom line the entire time telling people to subscribe to Nick's Digest, or he'd lock him in a porta potty and not let him come out. And that's a true story. I was there, our friends were there, and we're like, what's going on with this dude? He's nuts. So Jets Digest has to work out, or, well, Matt's going to go on a bathroom rampage. So let's talk about the Jets, because I don't want to talk about that. So Will McDonald got an opportunity to really get some serious minutes for the Jets in an unfortunate situation where we saw Jermaine Johnson go down with an injury. We've seen Haason Reddick decide that instead of playing football, he wants to just toss $800,000 out the window every weekend. I don't understand why he just doesn't give it to me in that case. I could use it so I don't have to live in my parents' apartment still. It's a tough world. Matt, what are you thinking on Will McDonald? I think we were both pretty disappointed on his rookie season. So to see him come back and have this type of year, what's it been like? Or this type of game?
So, yeah. So I'm not even thinking about his rookie season anymore, because it's not about what happened last year for the Jets. It's what is going to happen this year. And Will McDonald, when we needed him the most, week 2, the final drive, 1st and goal, the Titans had the ball. All 4 downs was a problem for Will Levis and the Titans offensive line. He hit that signature spin move that he always does. Usually he takes it, spins it to the outside, but he spun it to the inside. I thought he drew a holding penalty. He got grabbed right here and fell down, and the way he fell was consistent with someone who was just grabbed and pulled to the ground. But we won the game. We'll take it. So he was drafted as a developmental guy, and we need that development now. Unfortunately, that's not 100% fair to him, but it is the reality that the Jets are going to be living in until Haason Reddick is brought into the organization. Now, we have him. We have Michael Clemens, who is the other defensive end. He also needs to step up in the absence of now Jermaine Johnson, the absence of Haason Reddick. And I'm not trying to talk about any of these guys and talk. We're not saying, when I say they need to step up, I'm not saying that they haven't been playing well. They've been doing what we've needed from them. Unfortunately, the New York Jets have been put in this bad situation where we need them to do more, and we are asking more of them than they have ever been asked of before. And we're going to see how they can step up, and we're going to see if they can meet these new expectations that we're setting for them. And, well, that New York City media, whichever way it goes, whether they're good or bad, you can be sure that everyone is going to hear about it.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree on that front. It was never supposed to be a situation where Will McDonald is going to have to be your real key edge rusher on the season going into this year. We're like, okay, we got Reddick. That situation will probably work itself out. Hasn't worked itself out as of yet 2 weeks in. Obviously, the Jets are playing on Thursday, so it's not going to work itself into week 3 either, because that somehow, some way, the game's already a few days away, and, I mean, I'm okay with it, but, like, it is something that you look at with the shortened week, and you understand, once again, you're going to have Will McDonald come out and be your feature guy. Jermaine Johnson's done for the season. He did confirm on his Instagram that he did, in fact, tear his Achilles, which is what we all kind of knew had happened. It's confirmed. It sucks. He'll be back. He'll be fine. We're rooting for the man. Absolutely go do your thing, Jermaine. He's going to be on that grind. But Will McDonald, I mean, stepped up so much. Had 3 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, 3 QB hits. First player with 3 sacks in a game since Jamal Adams in 2019, funny enough, against Jamal Adams' team. First player on the defensive line with 3 sacks in a game since Henry Anderson back in 2018. And right before we started filming this, we were kind of talking about, oh, man, remember when Henry Anderson, solid NFL player, don't get me wrong, was one of the best players on our team when we were basically just a team that had 3 defensive linemen and nothing else, pretty much. Rough years to say the least, but also he is the first player with 3 sacks and a forced fumble on the Jets since 2015. Last guy to do it was Muhammad Wilkerson, someone who we're both huge fans of also. But it's here in the box score. The Jets had 4 sacks in the game. Will McDonald had 3 of them. The Jets are going to need to go out there and give some pressure to the Patriots. I mean, regardless, these teams know each other well. Each team kind of knows to a degree. Now, they haven't played each other yet, so it's not like they know everything about each other in these new teams, but they are very focused on each other. They're scouting more heavily on their division matchups than anything else because you're playing that team twice a year. I'm not making up rocket science right now. It's just the fact of the matter. Now, also, I almost said Supersonics. The Seattle Seahawks went out there and only got a combined 3 sacks against the Patriots, the same amount that Will McDonald got. So, Matt, do you think this is just more of a knock on the Seahawks' lack of being able to blitz, or do the Jets, in your opinion, do they need to worry about the whole, okay, the Patriots just did a pretty decent job with their offensive line last game on somehow yesterday, feels like 6 weeks ago, but do you think that's going to happen where the Jets are they facing a stronger offensive line? Because we highlighted the fact that the Jets' D-line had a really good chance to get some momentum against the Titans.
Yeah, so the Patriots' offensive line has been described as one of the weaker groups in football, and their new head coach, Gerard Mayo, has pivoted to a more run-heavy approach to mitigate the facts that they are worried about protecting their quarterback, who is Jacoby Brissett, who is not someone who is going to be avoiding pressure in the pocket. He's not going to be running. He's going to be someone, if you can block shed that tackle, you're probably going to be able to get him down. So we're going to see if the Jets can continue their increase in pass rush because it's, again, another weaker offensive line. But what's interesting about the Seahawks and the Jets is they're actually the 2 teams who don't blitz a lot, but still get a lot of pressure without blitzing. So you showed their box score earlier. You saw they had their defensive tackle had one of their sacks, and Byron Murphy, who's a first-round pick out of Texas, he's a good player, but we got a better defensive tackle. I don't know if you have been paying attention, but we got a pretty good one too. And we're going to see if we can, get pushed right up the center, knock Jacoby Brissett off his line. We're going to hopefully make things difficult for Ramondre Stevenson. And you were also talking about how the Jets have another game coming up. It's 3 games in 11 days, which is going to be really tough. And it's really making it a lot harder on the Jets because they can't recover from their injuries as quickly because they just don't have the days to get these players healthy. So 18 missed tackles in the first game. The second game, less than that, but CJ Mosley also sustained an injury against the Titans. He has a toe injury. He is questionable for Thursday night as of now, but Robert Saleh, the reporters believe that he was, being a little bit too optimistic with that projection. But CJ Mosley, best tackler on the Jets. He is a guy who's just locked away 130 tackles a year, easy. The Jets, if he's gone, they're also going to need to make sure that they show up against the Patriots, make sure they bring some aggression. But another reason of possibly why they had so much struggles tackling against the 49ers.
That's currently frozen.
Will McDonald. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, so Will McDonald played in the preseason, but he wasn't technically a starter. But the guys who were supposed to be starters, none of them played in the preseason. So these first 2 weeks have been them getting up to speed, getting up to full playing speed, getting into the new swing of the new season, and hopefully they can increase the intensity in week 3 and beyond that.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely have to agree. And something to mention is Jamie and Sherwood went out there, 12 tackles last game, led the Jets in tackles, and most of his snaps that he played were replacing CJ Mosley. So it's a positive sign that you have a guy out there like Sherwood who was able to come in and basically play the role that Mosley was playing, be an interior linebacker, and give some real trouble to the Titans. I assume that Mosley's not playing. That's my guess based off this. It hasn't come out yet.
it's still questionable, but it sounds like it probably should be a doubtful designation for him right now.
I would say that Mosley is listed at questionable because you know that C.J. Mosley is willing to cut his toe off to play for the Jets. But
yeah, he does. He has not missed. He sat out for COVID when he had the option to play or not. But
yeah,
as far as injuries go, he plays a lot. He doesn't get injured. When he is hurt, he likes to play through it.
So I do think that we're going to look at C.J. Mosley miss a game. As you said, 3 games in 11 days. It's tough. It's fine. Sherwood's there to help out. And you got a defense that's willing to do whatever it takes to win. Brandon Echols hunched over after the game, throwing up. Like, this is a team that wants to win. The defense is the calling card of this team. It has been for a while. That's not changing. Your best players are on defense in Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams. And something you did mention, the Jets do have a better defensive tackle than anyone on the Seahawks, though that's no disrespect to Leonard Williams, the former Jet himself, who was once our best player. Again, rough time. Though Leonard's great. No hate towards Leonard Williams. Other defensive tackles, Solomon Thomas.
No hate. I saw this jersey hanging up behind me.
Absolutely no hate. All love to Big Lenny out there. But look, Solomon Thomas, the other defensive tackle at the other sack. So not even just Quinnen Williams being great. You got a guy who's in your interior line giving some pressure also. Now, we'll do more of a deeper breakdown into the Patriots and the Jets game. But real quick, Matt, because we're running out of time, very quick prediction on this Jets game, on this Jets-Patriots game. You don't even have to pick a winner. Just make a prediction.
So my prediction is going to be on the spread. Right now, the spread is 6.5. I am pretty confident that the Jets are going to win, but I don't think it's going to be the type of score people are waiting for. I think the Patriots are going to – I think it's going to be a tough game for them because of how many games they played in such a short time. So I think the Patriots cover the spread, but Jets win the day.
Yeah, I actually kind of agree with that. When you mentioned the 3 games in 11 days thing, the sports betting brain of mine rung an alarm that said bet the Patriots spread. But also, I don't know if I can bet against the Jets, though. I have bet against the Knicks in my life, so I think I can make exceptions. Until DraftKings starts paying me something, looks like I just got to win bets. Guys, let us know what you think in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe. Please subscribe or Matt's going to lock people in bathrooms or something. I don't know. I say some weird things on the internet. Have a great day. Go Jets.